now that we've reviewed the footage
Yeah.
a week ago.
Now that we see what we were talking about.
Yeah, since that was a whole week ago. Now we've come back together. We've taken our thoughts.
She has a new drink.
We've
have
thought about it. We thought about it. So. Is it a dog? Is it a cat? Bear Thing.
Welcome to the Bear Thing Show. Alright, so last week we ended on with the conversation topic of marriage. Should it still be a consistent part of our lives now?
Yeah, marriage. Should it be a consistent part of our lives now? And I'm in the field of yes.
Okay.
You say no, but now that I actually know the question.
Mine's more of an in-between answer.
Okay.
I feel like, and his is more of a no.
Mine is still no, but I do. Okay, to explain what I said earlier. Well, not earlier in this, but
last week.
Where the conversation came from.
Oh gosh, the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
The internet.
I just overheard you two talking about it earlier before we started talking.
My whole thought process on it is no. I think it's an outdated and unnecessary part of our lives today.
Okay.
Now, that being said, if the person that you quote unquote truly love.
Because he's talking.
Oh.
So,
hi guys.
if the person that you quote unquote truly love.
Yeah, if the person you quote unquote truly love wants to get married, for me at least, I will still get married. Right?
It's like your head's right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So we back up?
Wait, so
Should I lean?
I should do this? Is that
That
better?
is so much better.
Yeah, so I just gotta get comfy.
Yeah.
I'm so defensive.
I'm
so defensive
I would
and
say that you're more
offensive.
like
Engaged.
Yeah, engaged.
Yeah, I'm like over here. Let's talk.
But like, so in this day and age, I think it's outdated and unnecessary. But if the person you truly love wants to get married, if you actually love them, you make that compromise, right? Because that's the whole thing about a relationship, which is where I'm getting with.
So marriage is a compromise.
Marriage is a relationship. And the relationship means that both of you should be willing to give up or concede or meet somewhere to make the other person happy. So like for me, I don't want to get married. But if the person that I'm with wants to really get married and they believe that it's a necessary part of the whole commitment of the whatever, I'll discuss it with them and talk about the fact that I don't particularly want to. But
And you guys will meet somewhere in the middle.
exactly. I think
somewhere in the middle wouldn't be marriage.
no,
Well, I guess I'll figure it out.
somewhere in the middle
Right?
would be no. Well,
Because if one is I want marriage, one is I don't want marriage. There's no middle ground. Is not getting married.
no,
That's definitely an extreme.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if you end up getting married,
It's
I'll end up
completely-
getting married with a person if there's reasoning is not just want, it has to be need as well. Like whatever the
Like,
religious
this is what's
belief,
necessary
whatever, blah,
for
blah, blah, blah.
us to
Like,
continue this.
Like if their thought process is along the lines of I want to get married because of blah blah blah, like religious reasons, and then they're like on top of whatever else their reasoning is.
Before
If
you
I can
continue,
accept that, then I'll do it.
Before you continue, I think I get what you're saying in the sense that I'd say one of my most favorite people I ever met and hung out with. Yeah, one of my most favorite people ever.
I like that.
Was Sarah, right? Like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Sarah. All of my friends enjoyed Sarah.
Giggity.
That's not.
There you go.
Dude,
That's
the
not what I
inflection on
meant.
your voice made that perfect.
Pass it around, guys.
No, I mean.
So sorry.
God,
Sorry, Sarah,
dang.
if you ever watch this.
She subscribed.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm so
I love
sorry.
you, Sarah.
I don't know if that means she'll actually watch it then, but she
Yes.
can subscribe. But she was one of my most favorite people to
Okay.
hang out with. And then whenever I was hanging out with Josh and my dad, right, she came over once and hung out with us. And then the next time I went over there, they're like, "You don't ever come over again unless you bring Sarah." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah." Because she was actually a good person to have around.
She's a
Like,
fantastic person to
we
have.
we don't want just you anymore.
Dude, it's terrible. Like, I feel like that's what it's like
You're
for me
not
now
gonna-
because
I
every
haven't
time you ask
seen
me,
him.
every time
I
he's
haven't
like,
seen
hey,
him
are we
anymore.
gonna do the show? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you bringing Jenny? He's like, wait, can I not come with Jenny?
Wait a second.
Nope, the show's
My
not-
mom does that with you. She's like, wait, is James gonna come?
Yeah, but I love your mom. She's fantastic.
Why? She's like, we have things to do, and James is just nice to talk to.
We
And I'm like,
James and I have things to do.
I'm like,
What
what?
do you have things to do? Dude, I barely
Like
talk to
today,
your
I
mother.
like men like
Well,
James
like
coming
some
over to hang
black guy
out.
to come work in the hot sun.
He can work in the hot sun. Oh, I can't be on
Wow.
his day off.
Your mom
Y'all,
is a racist.
did.
No, I love your
Y'all,
mother. So
42 bags of 80-pound
She's a
concrete
horny
today.
racist.
Oh, whoa.
If you knew my mother, y'all, I'm not putting her picture up. It's bad, but like.
I'd like
Sorry,
to. I
Mom.
really would like to.
No, we
meet
could do it. We could do an older picture.
She looks
I
just
would
like
really
me.
like to
It's
meet
fine.
All right, so we'll just do a
But-
picture of you and say it's her.
Yeah, but okay. So the
We gotta go back here.
Yeah, back-
Okay.
the point of what I was saying though was I think I get what you're saying because as much as I enjoyed hanging out with her and being friends with her and everything, I'm very serious about trying to get a mother for my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a daughter. I can't do this alone. And I want a very solid influence. And I was like, she's a very solid influence. And I was like, look, I'm not
She's
interested in
a woman
friendship.
to learn that
Yeah.
your daughter can learn from.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not interested in friendship. We have to, it's we're either dating or nothing. Because
I have feelings for you, and this is where I
yeah,
see it going.
yeah. And so I'm very appreciative and respectful of her.
Yeah.
Because she, after I said that, we actually went out to eat and talked about it. Where she basically said no in a very, very polite way. But I was like, wow, this
But
is
it was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those
Yeah.
like, no, F you and no explanation or whatever. It was
right,
just like,
or just
oh,
I'm gonna ignore you from now
yeah,
on.
No, it was
yeah.
like, hey, this is
Like, let's
why.
actually talk about it
Let's
and I'll
talk about
explain
it.
my
This is
yeah.
my
No,
side.
I love that.
I
Like,
explained my
if-
side, she
if
explained
both-
her side. It was great.
if both sides
Great.
could actually have those conversations,
Mhm.
and I say both sides because I get it, you know, where everyone believes in multiple genders or whatever, but like, let's be real.
Well, both parties.
In my face, I was like,
Both parties is what you mean, right?
Both parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both parties get to have that moment and talk about what they want from the other person and why it will work or why it won't work.
Yeah.
It's a necessary part of the overall relationship.
Yeah.
right, and then they have to come to a decision that like means the most.
Something,
And it's,
yeah,
and it's
you know,
not
the
just
outcome of their relationship is going to be based on that decision.
So then the thing
and
is,
it's
I
not just
realized,
sexual relationships.
no,
It's
no,
everything.
Yeah,
it's
because I mean, James
relationship.
and I have had those kind of talks too.
Yeah.
So we have, but not in the same sense. though.
Right, but we've had those talks of like, oh, not I wouldn't even say absolution, but those talks of like, look, this is what I want going forward, and it's like, yeah, me too, actually, yeah, and then we move forward.
Move forward.
You know,
Yes,
like
you
we
have-
wouldn't have done this if it
Because the
wasn't
thing
for
is,
that kind
the
of a
relationship
conversation.
becomes stagnant if you don't have that conversation ever.
I agree with that.
James, will you marry me?
Mm.
Come on, well, let's talk about it. We can talk about it off camera.
We can talk about it on camera.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll do that in the future. We'll do that in the future.
But no, it just comes down to me, for me at least.
Because I could use a really good mother for my
I'm
daughter.
not a mother. Put your hand off me. No, we're not. They do,
My
but
kids
no.
love you so much. You'd be a great mom.
You're already their mother, and I don't want to be a mother. That's weird.
You can be their stepmom, and I'm just their mom.
Oh, excuse me. That joke made me laugh so much.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, no, like it comes down to the whole thought process. It's like if I was gonna marry somebody, which
Bless you.
I just I can't see myself doing it. But if I was going to, it would have to be that they had a compelling reason as to why.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that's kind of what you're looking for tonight. Is
Yeah.
what can anybody actually give a compelling reason?
yes, can you give a compelling reason? I don't mean just your emotional feeling behind it. I want like an actual
Yeah,
reason
because
behind it.
in this day and
Because-
age, should
What?
marriage actually exist?
Yeah, because I personally think it should.
that reason.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
should be abolished. I think it should. Well, at least the licensing system of marriage.
Oh, I can get behind you on that. Yeah.
Like, because
I don't think the government or the state should have anything to do with
At
it.
all.
I don't really
And by the
like
way,
it.
my mother actually is the reason that I learned this information. Because my mother was like, she's like, I got married, and then she's like, I got divorced, and then I got married. And then the second time or whatever, she was like, I wanted to know what was so great about getting married. And then she was like, so I looked up marriage licensing. She's like, you should look this up. And she didn't give me any information. She just told me I should just look
Did
it
you
up.
look it up?
I looked it up.
Yeah, there's a
I was
lot of
like,
benefits.
I was like, my mom asked me to look it up, so screw it. I'm gonna look it up and see
A
what
lot
she
of
was asking.
benefits.
Also, the interesting thing of where the marriage license came from was to prevent interracial marriaging.
Oh wow.
I believe that. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It originated from like no, you've got to come
Because you
before
have
the
to,
judge.
Yeah.
It was 1920,
Yeah, that makes a
and
lot
it
of
came
sense.
from the idea that they're like, whites should stay pure, blacks should stay pure, no marriage, and the person who officiated, so the aficionado, was
not
the
allowed.
gatekeeper
Yeah,
of
to determine
pure,
yay or nay.
yeah, to keep to keep the races pure.
The bloodlines.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was like if they showed up and they were a black and white couple, they were like generally no. They wouldn't officiate it and they wouldn't do anything like that.
Find
You
somebody
couldn't
that
be
would
married.
marry them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because the thing is, you did get all those benefits of taxes and
Mhm.
medical and social security and all that. If
Oh,
you're
well,
married. But the downside of it is if you're not married now,
Yeah.
even though you can have domestic partnerships, let's say you and I did get married, right?
Yeah. It would
I
be
could-
the state.
Yeah, but if you got sick, I could tell the doctors what I want to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're not married, I can't do that.
Right, it would be your family who's left in charge.
Yeah. It'd be my closest kin.
And if
And
you're-
you-
if
Of
I
responsibility.
feel like your family doesn't have the best interest in mind,
Yeah, you
I still
no
have no
opinion.
say.
Right. Yeah, that's
And
dirty.
same if they didn't agree with the marriage.
Exactly.
They're going to
That's
go
dirty.
against.
Exactly.
Because even as not married, I feel like
It's
I've actually been thinking a lot about writing a will,
yeah.
and the majority of my belongings, I've actually been like, well, if I was going to give them to anybody, I'd probably give them to James. Like, I'm serious, dude. I'm serious. I haven't written a will yet, but I was like, I'm going to give it. I'd probably give it to James because I was like several different reasons, but like the biggest one is that, well, if I give him everything, then I trust that he would distribute them
Accordingly.
properly.
Yeah.
And then he also, if there's anything that comes up that would be offensive to any of my other family members, you would just not let them know.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. If I saw something that I was like, dude, no, Austin's family would not like this. I'm
Yeah,
just not
exactly.
gonna let them
And
have
that's why I haven't talked. This is the first time I've actually mentioned that. But like, yeah, so it's very interesting where unless you're married to the person, then it's like, no, they can't say when I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, James is just a friend. Like, there's literally no
there's
documentation,
nothing there.
there's no paperwork. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I would rather entrust him to most of those decisions than my family members.
But that's the good thing about a will, though, right? As
Yeah.
a will, you can
I can do
totally
anybody.
bypass
Anybody, yeah.
And but marriage is like, no, you can't entirely bypass certain things. Like, so even if I wrote a will and I'm married, the significant other is entitled to so much of. Then even if I wrote my will, it's like then you have that court of law where both sides could take that to court. I don't want that personally. Like I don't want my significant other and my family to be able to go to court over something that I was like, yeah, this is what I want done, but because of the way that marriage works, this is what happens.
And you guys know about the common law marriage stuff too.
Common law, 10 years.
It does not
10
matter
years
here.
of living together.
It's
Wait,
not
live
matter
in
in the
Tennessee
state of
common law?
Tennessee. No. So in a lot of
I can
places,
believe that. Tennessee's
like Texas,
Do we still
6
have
months.
Do we still have squatters' rights?
Yes.
I mean, we have
I
extreme
believe that.
squatters' rights. I just recently learned if my belongings are on your residence for more than 2 hours and you call the cops to get me removed, they can't legally remove me. You have to evict me.
Yeah, no, we definitely talked about that.
Yeah, I learned
Yeah,
that pretty
but-
recent.
but the
That's
state of
crazy.
Tennessee-
That needs to be changed.
Does not support common law marriage.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Texas, after 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
you're
6
you're
months, that's
basically
it?
married. Yeah.
Oh man, I
You
thought common law
lived
was
with
10
them.
years.
You have to live with them
Yeah, I
for
thought it was
6
10
months.
years.
Not in Texas.
Wait, 6 months?
Every place is
That's
a
no time at
so
all.
literally every place is different, but you've moved in with this person. This is supposed to be your significant other, and 6 months.
But that means that if James and I lived together after 6 months
No,
in Texas, we would be.
not necessarily.
Okay, why not?
Okay, so the basics of like common law marriage, from my understanding, not necessarily completely true.
Which is no, it's
Coming soon, episode 500. James and I get married.
Oh Jesus, no! I want to be the officiant.
No, we're gonna go to the courthouse and sign the paperwork, and then we can just get it annulled. Come on, dude, we can get it annulled. We just put it on. We just document it,
Just have it,
and then we can immediately annul it.
Does Tennessee allow that?
Yes.
We are a state that allows gay marriage?
Yes.
yeah.
But you have. It's still so like what you were saying with the whole like your officiant is who picks and chooses.
Yeah.
That's what they are now. They're an officiant. That's what they do here. You have some that are like, I am literally not going to marry you because it is against my religion, and then you have some
So
that are like,
episode 500, we'll record it. We'll go to the courthouse. We'll get married, and then off camera we can just annul it.
Dude, that'd be ridiculous. I'm down.
Right. Hey, as long
Then
as
you
we
guys
get,
can say
as long as you like and subscribe. What do people say these days?
No,
You
I
smash that like button.
I can't even say
You
after
share the
episode 500.
videos.
I say
please share this. We need.
I say after a certain amount of subscribers.
500,000.
That's too many.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot.
I feel like for
if people
what
really
you're
want want to see that happen,
Just
they gotta-
outside of that goal.
If you want us married, 500,000 subscribers. So like, subscribe, share,
Smash that button.
smash them.
Anyway.
Take whatever private parts you have and set them against the screen.
What?
Please don't do that.
I mean, you can. It's your own prerogative, but I mean, I wouldn't condone
Don't let anybody else catch you doing it.
How far were we into this? You
it. We were
know?
13 episodes when I walked away. So we're still
What? 13
episodes.
episodes? Holy crap!
13 minutes.
Okay.
There goes the shine.
Ooh,
Yeah,
where did the
really.
time go?
Gosh dang, did it go away?
Anyways,
Hey, shout outs to our latest comment. Brandy, thanks for the comment. Please, more people leave comments for a little bit. Since we have such a small base of people, we'll shout you out
Dude,
if you leave a
almost-
comment.
I
We'll
almost-
respond.
I
We'll
almost-
respond too. So we'll go ahead and
do a
respond to
thing.
her comment.
yeah, what
What-
was her comment?
Her comment was Austin's face when Ginny walked away.
I feel like I need to go back and watch
I
it.
feel like
yeah,
I
you
need to
should.
go back to it 'cause I have no clue. But no,
I had to watch it too because I was like, what is she talking about? Then I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good face. It was disgust. I just had pure
I'm so
disgust.
upset that I left.
It's off camera, but you went and you poured a beer out. And
Oh,
I was like,
you were just
what
like,
a
what is
waste.
What
happening?
is that?
No,
beer?
I honestly want to do it just as an incentive to get more comments anyways.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do like a little...
Q&A.
I mean, no.
A Q&A would be fun later.
A Q&A.
But we
have
also
later.
we did Q&As on our live show.
Yeah, we
Because
did.
while we're live, if you're commenting, we'll answer questions.
But no, what I want to do is a little like run thing. So like you put out almost like a wish list style thing. Like it'll be on me, not the Bear Thing show. It'll be on me.
Okay.
And like I would like more comments of like asking actual questions and engaging in the conversation.
Yeah.
And the ones that are the most entertaining. So we'll say like the top 3 interesting questions
Okay.
and stuff like that we actually talk about. So we'll only choose 3 people that conversate and actually have good.
Converse.
Yes.
Yeah, so like if you're someone who constantly watches the show, like you need to continuously be commenting to have like a shout out and like, hey, this is your question. We're gonna
And
do
I'll
this
set up.
today.
I'll set up the idea as I work along with Austin and figure out how I want to do this. But the top 3 after so much time will get. You send me an item that you've been really wanting or whatever, and as long as it's not like insane, don't be crazy
You can
now.
put like a cap on it. I feel like
Yeah,
that's fair.
we'll put a cap on it, and I'll just buy it for you.
That
Oh,
sounds
interesting.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay, so you're saying we'll reward the commenters by giving them a present.
Yeah. I say me, not you. So it's not we at this point. It's literally, I'll buy.
So just like here's your incentive, like share your
And I'm
videos,
thinking that's
get your
going to be for a
friends
limited
involved.
time. 'Cause
Yes,
once we
it's-
get to a crazy amount of people, it's
Yeah,
going to
it's-
no, never mind.
It's definitely a very limited time. I'm not gonna do that for all of the time.
So,
I
if
mean,
you're
it could be
within
something
the
you can do
first...
occasionally too.
I mean, if we
instead
start-
of
if we
just
start-
a limited
if we start
time.
making money, yeah.
Well, I'm saying right now, though, we'll put the cap on, like, so if this is within the first 1,000 subscribers, this deal is active.
I would say to get us to at least 500.
500, between 500 and 1,000? So once we hit 500 subscribers, the deal starts?
Yeah.
Once we hit 1,000, the deal ends?
That sounds
Yeah.
reasonable.
Boom, there you go.
Yeah. And so therefore that means
So
that
only,
means up
only
until we reach 1,000 subscribers.
472 to go.
Yeah. Once we
So you get us 472 more subscribers, and we'll start giving you guys stuff for free.
for free.
Just free
It's all,
stuff.
it's all you. Up
We'll
to-
buy your
Up
love.
to a certain amount of money, and
Love
I'll
us.
figure out that. All right, but this is probably enough for the episode.
Oh, you think we're done?
Oh,
I feel like we got so sidetracked though. There was
We
so much I
did.
wanted
We
to
did.
talk about.
Yeah.
We did, but I want to actually discuss more of it, and
I guess we can talk about it next week.
yeah, no, it's totally time. I mean,
It's time.
we have it's 20 minutes at this point. We can go another 10 if you want.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, because
It does seem like 20 minutes is about the limit of what people are willing to watch on our channel.
Which is okay right now.
almost any
Although I prefer to do 3 hours.
once we get enough people and we start talking about more things, we could do an hour. Because I watched a couple of 45-minute episodes, but dude, if you go past like a fucking minute or an hour and like 2 minutes, I'm
would
done.
be pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but that's just
Like 35 to 45 minutes is very reasonable.
But yeah, no. So that's how I see it at this point. And this guy's like, I'm gonna drive us singing every time. She's got it. I have it. She's got it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You got this. She's hateful. It's okay.
Okay. You made noises like I thought you were about to sing.
I was breathing in and I was like, I lost it. I was gonna sing and I lost it all. I was like, I don't know what I'm singing about now.
This.
500 subscribers.
500.
Make it.
Subscribers.
We can make your wish come true.
For under $20.
We'll discuss it another time.
I really got